blasting. No show, I need a fall for the minings. Only riding with the soldiers and the mighties. Brave friend, you gon' die like the last thing. We don't get phased by the traffic. We just want fame and a mansion. Money only evil in the last thing. No peace for the beast. So if I gotta fight just to breathe, let be. My people still caged, not free. Living in the land of greed. So I don't need a reason to bleed. And before I go, I'll leave. A friend of an upper enemy, let me speak. See, I know you ain't real, you a leech. How you say you practice what you preach? And my brother's still dying in the streets. Yeah. If you want smoke, you can have it. Running from the class, ain't bandit. But we gon' use force like your man did. And they kill it, but my niggas stick on it. You know it ain't passion. When you hear me scream, fuck the system. You can keep it cold, I ain't a victim. And if you ain't involved, keep your distance. I can never kick it with a snitch. The runner said he got his first shipment. Now we doing chemistry in kitchens. Tell him stay persistent. Hey. Yeah, this is day of the resistance. Cruel and vicious. I know you hear me, you ain't listening. I thought he had time, but he didn't. Died in an instant. I'ma be the greatest. Straight to the L, but we going through some phases, and I was born broke, so this money couldn't change shit. Did it on my own, fuck a payslip. Till everybody eating, I ain't made it. They tired of me preaching, but ain't saying shit. Just a bunch of old faces, stuck up in the 80s, ready for the darkest phases. Cool, we been to the darkest places. See the fire in my eyes still blazing. I wish a lamb would try aiming. This money good, did it on my own. Just let me speak. I am the true name.
Blessed love, people. I just hit the wrong video. I hit one random video as I was trying to press all the buttons and all the rest of it. You lot are probably thinking, what the hell was that about? But it kind of worked, actually, I think, in the end, didn't it? Blessed love, my people. Blessed love, blessed love. We've got at least one of our guests backstage tonight. We are going to visit a story tonight. Lady Dimps, Grandma Liz. I know everyone's in tonight. Hopefully we'll see some of the others in a bit. I just want to say bless up to all of the members, all of the followers. We had a really lovely members live last week. And everyone that supports this channel. We're kind of winding down for the Christmas period, if you want to call it that. Bless up, everybody. Yes, Hurricane Toya. So we're winding down for the Christmas period. I'm feeling like next week is going to be our last live for the year, but it might be the week after Christmas week, which I don't know. It's busy for a lot of people, you know. So I see you, Faye. I see you backstage, sis. I'm just going to wait for the others to jump on as well. And I know that other sis is having problems, so I'm going to give her a call in a minute. So yeah, it might be next week, might be the week after. I'm kind of winding down myself for the year. I'm not really active this time of year. I can't be asked with a lot of stuff. So yeah, and we got big plans for next year. And tonight, guys, I want to put it out there. If we want to have His Time Is Up 2024, we need to start the fundraising ball rolling from now. Let's just start it today. Let's not wait till the 1st of January. You know, let's start it today. All the links are in the description for this live. And if you're not sure about it, DM me and I'll let you know how you can do it, basically. So mods, keep reminding them. We're going to do it this year. You understand? And we're going to do it on our own. I don't want to get funding. I don't want to get funding where these people get to control our destiny. I really think that we can do it on our own. I'm holding out. I might have to, but I'm holding out because I think we can do it. We can definitely do it. And I know none of you that are here, especially with the numbers low tonight, and I believe that I knew they would be. Towards the end of the year, they always are. And it's an old story that we're bringing tonight as well. It's been in the making for about a year to 2 years since we first brought out the story about this man. And it's taken Sister all that time to get to where she is now, that she can come and tell her story. Her mum is backstage. I can see her. She said to me earlier on that she's got some problems jumping on. So tan tuddy, everybody, because I'm going to just give her a call. And then, yeah, we'll see where we go from there. Hopefully we can get her on. Just bear with us, people. Bear with me, Faye. We're just having some technical difficulties trying to get the sister in. All right. All right, so we can turn. Sis, Joyce, can you turn your camera off now then? I know you don't want to be having your camera on. If you turn it, yeah, that's perfect. So we got there in the end, people. Please welcome Sister Joyce to the stage. You can do the same as well, Faye. If you want to turn your camera off, you can do that. We can't see you anyway, but yeah, great. We did it. We got it in the end, literally step by step. Step by step by step. Yes, my sister. It's been a long road, hasn't it? It's been a long journey.
Yep, sure has.
Sure has been a long journey getting to this point. Jay Lewis, jump back on. I could see you, but you need to connect your camera and your device. If I think it's who it is, then I'll give you a call while Joyce is talking. All right. So yes, my sister. If for anyone that doesn't know who we're going to talk about tonight, okay, this is a long-standing story. I think we first revealed it about, was it a year to 2 years ago, sis?
About that.
About that, yeah. About a
Last year, I
year,
think.
2 years ago. It was last year sometime, maybe.
Yep.
But I think we've been talking about it a lot longer.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the trouble is that we didn't and couldn't get a picture of this hombre, right? Couldn't get a picture of him. So we managed, you managed, well done, finally get a picture of him. We started the ball rolling, and you know, you've had your wobbles, you've had your triumphs, you've had a lot of stuff going on around this whole issue, right?
Yep.
And now you're here. So I want everyone to put up a big set of His Time Is Up love hearts for sister here, because let me tell you, it's been a hell of a road for her, man. The journey is real, and she's come on after how many years? You haven't stopped, you kept persevering, and I'm really glad to say that Mum is here with you tonight. And I know one or two other family members are going to try and jump on as well. I suspect Jay Lewis was one of them. So tell us in your own words. This is the guy we're talking about, people. This guy here, it's a very vague picture from 19 long time. And his name, this is from the post that I put up. Some of you may or may not have seen it. But his name is Drumbelly. What's her name? What's his real name, sis? I can't remember. Oh, it might say
Leon Anthony Leslie.
Leon Anthony Leslie, aka Drumbelly. That's in Leon Anthony Leslie, aka Drumbelly. Try and make out that face. If you remember it from back in the day, I want you to DM me. If you know anything about this guy, I want you to DM me on Instagram at Afua Rose 69. There it is at the top there. Don't look at any of the other troll accounts who pretend to be me. That is the original Afua. And you can DM me on that. And I've no doubt that this guy has got a whirl of different victims out there. You know? But you are the first survivor to come forward, my sister. You're the first one. You know, there's been whisperings about this man for a long time. Not dissimilar to how we get information about Rat or one of the other old timers. This is an old time South London man, isn't it?
I don't know him.
No,
I don't know him. I just came and saw him.
we know that it's an old time South London man. It's one of those original ones, like the ones that we were so used to calling out in the beginning of this journey. And I think it's quite poignant to kind of end the year with that. Do you know what I mean? So tell us your story, sis. When did you first come across this guy?
I don't know. Tell you the truth, I don't even know when I came across this guy. You know, to me, how I saw it, that I come and saw this man. So I don't know. Yeah.
But vaguely, like, how old were you? Do you think?
What I remember is I was like about five.
About five.
About five, I think. That's when I think I met this man.
Right, roughly. Because it's going to be vague, isn't it? It was such a long time ago. You were very small, which makes him all the more despicable.
Tell me
and you're okay, sis? You're feeling okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, where did this all begin? Where did the journey begin with him? What happened?
I don't even know where this journey began, but how I remember it going, how it actually started was get out there and opened. I was going home. I was just leaving primary school. I've knocked my door, and one of my family members was not upstairs. Put it that way. I've come in and I've gone to my room, and I remember this man following me upstairs and started to touch me. in some places that you shouldn't have been touching. Put it that way. I left it like that. I think I did go downstairs and say hello to him.
Wow.
Remember to let him know I'm in the house, and he just looked at me like, "How'd you get in?"
So he opened the door.
Yeah, the man opened the door. Drumbelly opened the door to me. I've gone upstairs to my bedroom to go and change off my school uniform. This man's followed me up the stairs. Well, I've gone upstairs first, and he's come up behind me like, must see about a minute later, chatting to me. Then next he's come in my room. Then he started to touch me some inappropriate parts of my body. Left it like that. This was continuing for a little while actually.
Okay.
As they said, it was fondling, touching.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then what happened after that? I think I was young. I was leaving primary school. It was continued for about a year, I'll say. I was about 10. What else can I say? Yeah, and that's what happened. It started like that. And then it continued as I got older. My mum found that through another family friend. She went back, she asked me some questions. And what I was saying to her wasn't something I should have came out of my mouth at that age. And she went back and told my family.
So this started when you were 5 years old, sis?
No, this started when I was 10.
The real problems, but you remember, you said when you were about 5 years old.
I know him from I was about 5, I think.
Knowing him, but when he started,
it started actually happening was when I was about 10.
About
I was
10.
I was just leaving primary school that week. Right. I remember.
Yeah, so you'd have been about 10, 11
Yeah,
years
I was
old.
10 coming on 11.
Yeah.
And I remember it was summer because it was a sunny day outside.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible. So basically, he was an opportunist and probably had been watching you for some time. What a despicable man. It's really interesting that we've not heard from any of his relatives. Nobody's defending him. Nothing.
I don't really know him like that. I don't know nothing of him. All I know is that he's got kids with one of my family members. That's how I know of him. I don't know this guy from nowhere.
So then when that day,
that's
you knocked the door. Blessed love, you're on.
Yeah.
Just mute you.
Don't get ready. You've been around.
I'm gonna mute you for a bit, D-Well, and then we're gonna hear from you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joyce. So yeah, that day there was no one else in the house, or how did it go from your standpoint?
My uncle was in the house. He was downstairs, but he looked like he was floating around the house because we've got a big house.
Right.
And he was floating around the house. Mm-hmm. So how did he know the door was knocking if he was downstairs in the basement with my uncle? That's where my uncle was.
Right. It might have been a time when he.
Yeah, he must have been floating around the house or probably waiting for me to come in.
And that was the day that he actually.
That's the day it started.
It started there.
It started then, yeah.
Terrible, sis. So we've got Mum here, yeah, and we've got your uncle here as well. He was the person who was in the house at the time, so it'd be good to hear from them. I'm gonna speak to Faith. Well, I'm gonna speak to D-Ro first because I know he's in a rush, and then I'll speak to Mum afterwards. Is that all right?
Okay.
All right. Blessed love, D.
Yes, sis. This thing's that real that I've seen this brother. I've seen him, I think, 3 times since this happened, and he lives round the corner from me.
Wow.
So that shows you that he's kept himself well hidden.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely have a plan for him. I just don't know when. No, you can't do that. You can't do that.
And this was the most horrendous of abuse, wasn't it, Shelley? It was the most horrendous type of abuse.
It was meant
to. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. 5 years ago, I saw him, or 4 years ago. Then check back from when it happened and where have I seen him. And the only reason why nothing didn't happen is because I saw him in someone's house. And it was the night before their funeral. So I didn't want to keep up my excitement.
Okay, I hear all of that. And
And let
yeah,
me tell you, let me tell you,
I
let me
can't
tell you.
speak to that because who feels it knows it, right? But
Let me tell you.
let me take it back a bit. Sorry, D. Let me take it back a bit. What happened that day? He was in. Take me through your perspective of what happened that day.
Well, this is what I remember. I've come to the house. I haven't got a key, so I've had to knock the door.
Sure.
No.
One at a time, guys. Can we speak one at a
So,
time? D. Yeah.
listen to me. Doesn't matter what anybody wants to say. He can't deny it. He can only deny it to people that don't know. I know, so he can't deny it to me.
Okay. So you've
Matter
knocked the door.
listen. It doesn't matter what I heard or what I see. I know what I know.
That's why I'm interested in hearing all perspectives. Okay. So
Well,
you've knocked the door.
yeah, and I think he was the one that came down and opened the door.
Okay.
But you know, I can't believe that's happened. So I've just got on with what I'd come to do, and then I left.
Okay. But I spoke with Joyce earlier, and she was saying that you were in the basement of the house, it seems, at the
I was
time.
what?
In the basement of the house. So you wouldn't have known what was going on the upper floors.
Someone's calling.
You and this phone. And yes, people, I do know D-Ro personally, but I've never met Joyce or
No,
Faye. This is
somebody's
my
phoning
first
me.
time
But
speaking
I'm in
with
a
Faye.
conversation.
Sorry? All right. So you always do this. Anytime you're having a conversation, you're taking calls. You're on a live, bro. You can't be taking calls. D-Ro. Shelley. So
Yeah.
all right, you
Someone
here?
was, someone was calling me.
Okay.
So cut the call out.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what anybody wants to say. It doesn't matter what we want to go through tonight because it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's just final. This guy took the piss, and it ain't gonna end like that.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, I know you, and I know that's always going to be your standpoint. You're true old school every time. I am happy for Joyce that, you know, whenever it went down, it was believed at the time. But there was a whole investigation, wasn't there, Joyce?
Yeah, it went to court.
Yeah, there was a whole investigation. There was.
I just want to hear that bit from Joyce.
Yeah, it went to Old Bailey. It went to Old Bailey. There was semen found in Uncle Dennis's uncle's room. I don't know how. We don't understand how he got off this case. We're not understanding this at all.
Yeah.
Like, how did you bust this case when you got semen on his jacket? Even the police was wondering, how was your semen get in the man's room? They've asked him as well. They also asked him, "Was you been sleeping in the man's room?" They said no. So how did it get in there? We still can't. It doesn't make no sense, Afua. How did you bust a case that we all know that's happened and it's turned around that you tried to
do you know what?
Sense.
So many of them bust case, and that's when people throw these things and say, you know, why ain't you got no court cases? Only 0.8%, sis.
There was semen
for a charge.
After there was semen found in Uncle Dennis's jacket. That was enough to put him away. He was in prison, actually. He was in there. And he bucked up with my dad in there.
Jay Lewis, can you try to connect your microphone, please, and your camera? I can see you, but you're not able to get in. I don't know if that's your other uncle. It might be. Yeah, I hear all of that. But before we get to the court case bit, all right, the investigation. Let's just clarify for people because people might be a bit.
Listen to me.
They might be a bit confused. So that was the site of
listen to me.
D-Ro, wait, please. The site of the abuse was Uncle Dennis's room, wasn't it? That's where he was doing what he was doing.
No, it wasn't. That was just one of the rooms.
Oh, that was one of the rooms.
This has been going on. This wasn't just one occasion. This was going on for a whole year.
Right.
So
They
my
put it
family
all over
didn't
the
know.
house.
No, they didn't know. What happened was, as I said before, on a family member's friend was talking to me about saying something to me, and I replied back, and she was asking me, "Where you know about them things from rah rah?" And when I told her, she said, "Okay," and then looked like she must have took it to my mum. That's how it happened. When she was talking about something, she was saying something. I'm talking to her like I'm a big woman. That's what's happened, and she went back and told.
Right. We're gonna hear from Mum in a minute. That's a horrendous situation, sis, and you're a true soldier to have come through all of that. We've had extensive conversations, so I really understand your journey and your strength, and I just want to celebrate you again, my sister, because you are strong beyond belief. To still be
Listen,
here,
listen.
surviving.
Trying.
Yeah.
This guy, everybody knows him. His name's Leon Anthony Leslie. Yeah, so everyone knows him because he came from Jamaica in 1984.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he's a
1980.
well-known person. Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
That's him.
Yep. Well-known person. Just mute up for me a minute, dear. I'm going to mute you up, and I just want to hear from Faye's perspective. You know, that must have been just, as a mother, having to hear that your daughter's been through that, Faye. It's just excruciating. Excruciating. Sis, Faye, Faye, is your mum there? Hey, sis, I got you. You're not muted, sis. We can hear you if you talk. You're not on mute. Faye? Oh, we can't hear from her. So, look, until Faye comes back. Faye, you've gone on mute again. Take it off mute. There you go. We should be able to hear you now. Don't know why you're not coming through. It might be your phone. Might be your phone. See if we can get you back on, sis. Hold on a minute. Okay, so Faye, it says that your mic is not connected. It says I can't unmute you because your mic is not connected. Bit of technical problems tonight. Yeah, your mic. Try to connect your mic, Faye, if you can. I'm going to hear a bit more from Joyce, and then I'll try to phone you to see if I can talk you through it as well. I'm not sure why your mic's not connected. It says it's not. Can you unmute yourself, please, Faye, and see what happens? I know you can probably hear me. And Jay Lewis, you need to connect your device.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now, sis. I can hear you. Wonderful.
Yeah. So
Yes.
the person who said to him, "What you do to the child?" He turned around,
Yes.
"Me, what you talk about? What you talk about?" And he reeled and he jumped back on the bike and he went away.
Right.
Anyway, he come back with his woman and the woman drive him back to find out what's going on because he went and complained to her. When I pulled it, said what he'd done, she said, "Oh, so that's why you said you feel like you want to jump off of the cliff."
You said
Yeah,
what? Sorry, sis?
he wanted to jump off a cliff. He feel
So
like
hold
he can
on.
jump off a
After
cliff.
your daughter had said something inappropriate for her age, so that alerted you to what might be going on.
I never told my mum. My
No.
family friend told my mum. I don't know if it was my mum or my uncle. She went
Okay.
to
It was a
someone.
family friend that you'd said something
Yeah. And who
inappropriate
went back
to.
and told them. I never said nothing to them.
Right. Right. So Faye, so when your friend came and told you what your daughter had said,
Hello?
you then went and confronted him, Drumbelly, directly, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then some guys came to the house, and when they heard me talking, they stand out in the hallway. He rushed out and run and jump in the car. Say, come to his girlfriend. Come on, and jump in the car. She phoned me and she said to me, "Boy, I'm really sorry." I said, "You to say sorry? No, that is a dog." Yeah?
God.
And I started to cuss. Anyway, by then, the police was being told. Social service, the police came down.
Right.
And she was taken to the station. Everything was stripped off the bed. All the clothes were stripped off the bed. They took it. They took everything what they need to take. They found the semen, everything. They
Right.
said she's not lying, it's happened. Anyway, we done that happen. Then they went to arrest him. He went to the station, whatever he told them, blah, blah, blah. He got bail. He had to report to the station to sign on.
They always give them
Signing
bail.
on at the
Disgusting.
station, he got like jumpy. So one night we all go to our bed, get up the morning, door knocking down, beating down. A man outside with a bag say he's a postman, but this postman had on a pair of jeans. This was about 5:30, 6:45. Have on a pair of jeans. He's knocking the porch door, bang, 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 bang. I said, what are you knocking the door like that for? Who are you? What are you? I'm the postman. Open the door. I said, postman don't talk like that. What do you mean? Open the door. He said, yes, open the door. I said, open the door. I said, whatever letter you have, leave it outside. He turned around and he says, no, open the door. Whoa. My other daughter went to the front door. I said, step back from the front door. She had a baby in her hand.
Right.
Next thing we saw, the doors chopping down, the glass smashing up, everything like that.
Oh my goodness.
The police then rushed us in the house. They're in there searching. Anyway, what they came looking for, nothing was in the house. They're searching. I have to go to work. I turned around and I said to them, you
So
know
hold
what?
on, sis,
I'm going
just
to work.
slow down a minute. Let me
And I
understand.
turned around and I said, you see
Sis, can
my
you hear
daughter
me?
there? When you
Can you
finish,
hear me?
dress her and send her to school. I've
Can
gone.
you
I've
hear
left them
me,
there.
sis? Can you
They
hear me?
followed me in the bathroom for me to have my shower.
Faye, can
And
you
I'm
hear
saying,
me? Can you hear me,
so
Faye?
I
Can you hear
phoned
me? Have
back
I
the
got a
police station,
delay?
phoned the police liaison, and I said,
Can you guys hear me?
you've
I
got the
wonder if
police
you can hear
inside the
me. I
house,
don't think
tearing
Faye can
down the
hear me.
house. Why is
I
this?
can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. So Faye,
So they turned around.
Faye, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Faye? Can you hear me? I think I got a delay with Faye. Can you hear me, Faye? Oh my word. I don't know what's going on with her microphone or her speakers or whatever.
Hey, Afro.
Faye, can you hear me? Yeah. Go ahead, D.
Afro. There's
Yeah.
not much that needs to be talked about now. It's just when to see him.
I know that's what you're on, but we want to explore it.
That is the truth.
We want
I
to
can't
make
be on
sure
nothing
that
else.
Joyce is in the right place. We want to hear from Faye. And I know what you're on, D. But that's an after thing, you know? And I can't tell you what to do with that. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not what we're here for. I've got to make that clear. You understand? I know what you're about, but I'm saying that's not what we're necessarily here for. I mean, ideally, I would like to see this case reopened because I don't understand with that level of material evidence, which you don't normally get in these cases, that why they didn't convict him. You know, that's really the question. But Faye, can you hear me? Because I didn't mean to mash up your story, but I don't know what's going on with her mic. Faye, can you hear me? There's a private chat that you should be able to see, Faye. If you can hear me, can you have a look in that? I don't know if you can hear me. I don't know what's happened. So, I don't know if you can pick up from what your mum was saying, Joyce. I know your mum, you were a lot younger and your mum's going to have more of a recollection of things. I'm sure there was a lot that you weren't there for.
Yeah.
So it's really important to hear from her.
After that, after we went to the police, after the police was being called, because it weren't us who called the police, yeah, we started getting raided on a regular basis, like on a 2 weeks. Every week was getting raided. There'd be people leaving our house at night time. They'd be saying there's someone in the alley, and then by the next morning, when we've realized they're in the alley, next morning the door's gone off. We went through hell.
So do you think that he was
he's a Jamaican
and...
informer? That's what he is. Whatever he was informing, they was never catching. So I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was putting. Then he went to the newspaper. He done a lot. He done a hell of a lot, mate.
He went to the newspaper. Tell me
about that.
Newspaper,
The Voice, and started chatting one rubbish. Put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously denying anything and everything.
Well, 30 years later, because this happened when I was 10, 20, 30 years later, I'm here to tell you the truth, still to talk about it. Yeah, it did happen. There's no lies about it. What do I need to lie? Why would I want to lie about a big old great man like that? This is what I want to know. Why would I want to lie about that?
There was some talk when you first approached me, Shelley, that he had cancer, right?
Which we've heard, yeah.
Yeah. But it seems that he's getting a lot stronger with it. At one point I heard that that he was really, really frail. But he's been kind of more active recently, hasn't he?
I don't know, but all I know is when that man sees me, he's got a thing about smiling with me. What are you smiling for?
So you've seen him along the way, like
I've seen him a few
that.
times. Like I've probably been outside college and I've looked up and I see this man staring at me, like smiling.
That's disgusting.
I've seen him in Lewisham Hospital, like the man's smiling.
That is absolutely disgusting, and he's still on the streets. This is the fight that sisters like yourself, everyone in this movement that understands what's going on. This is the fight that we have. Is that these perpetrators can walk free and there is no retribution for them. How can you have DNA samples? What is his explanation for how it got in that room?
Yeah, that's what they asked him. Was he sleeping in Dennis's room? Was he sleeping in my uncle's room? And he couldn't answer that question. He has not been sleeping.
So until
there was no need for them. They did ask him, did he bring any former woman into my Uncle Dennis's room? And was he allowed to do it? And he said no.
This was on the stand at the trial.
Yeah, well, how did he see him get into my Uncle Dennis's room? That's the problem. On his jacket, maybe even worse.
And they examined you, and did they find, sis, any medical evidence?
No, it wasn't that. Yeah, it was fondling. But then he was trying to, he was trying his bits, but it never actually happened. It was just fondling, touching.
I understand that one.
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
But he wanted it to lead to that part. Do you get it?
It would have eventually if he hadn't been stopped. All the rest of it is grooming for them, but it would have eventually if he had not been stopped. That's a fact. So thankfully, and when I talk about my own story, I say thankfully as well. It didn't get to that point, but there was other stuff, lots of other different nasty things that went on. And it doesn't make it, there is no hierarchy in that suffering. It doesn't make it any more minimized. The fact that, they didn't get to penetrate, it doesn't minimize it. It's equally as nasty and damaging as any other type of abuse. So I get it. You didn't have the medical evidence and it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, did you say? So the chances are that the advancements in understanding and technology and all the rest of it wasn't as sharp as they are now, Dee, were you at the trial? Do you remember the cross-examining, like how it went? Dero. I kind of want to hear from Faye, but I don't know what's wrong with her. Don't know why she can't hear me. Dee, can you hear me? He's probably chatting away on the phone, Joyce. Oh, my word. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to try and get hold of Faye and see if she can see what's happening. Not sure what's going on here, people, but it's a really kind of patchy live tonight. Dero, can you hear me? Can you unmute, please? So Joyce, you're probably still with us. Can you hear me, Joyce? I think they've all gone on the phone.
Yeah.
Joyce is still with us. I don't know what's happening with your mum. I don't think she can hear us at all.
I'll have to try and message her and to ask her if she's still there.
So tell us some of the ways, sis, because you spoke extensively before off camera about the way in which this has affected you, because that's the real crux of it, isn't it?
Pardon?
I said you spoke extensively off camera when you and I were speaking about the ways in which this has affected you going forward since what happened.
Pardon? Um, sorry, Afua, I've got my kids in the background.
Oh, bless you, sis. Do you want to take some time?
No, go on, we talk.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't even know, Af, man. All I know it's been complicated. It's been a hell of a journey, and it's been a bumpy one too.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely. As we said before, how did you get rid of that case? Yeah, and it was
what do
called Bailey,
you think it was the fact that he was an informer that's why?
Yeah, he was definitely an informer. Definitely, because we was getting raided every week.
Okay.
Yeah, we was getting raided every week, Af. Like,
can you hear us now, Faye?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, that's much better.
I can.
Yeah.
Your camera's on.
Your camera's on, so try and put a piece of paper over it or something. I think when you're turning it off, just I can't turn the camera off. I can only mute you.
Just turn it round.
Just turn it round, yeah. Oh, there you go. All right, that's good. All right, bless up, Faye. So you were telling us about the point at which you had,
We was getting raided.
Who's Jay Lewis? Because Jay Lewis is sitting here. I keep saying to them to connect their camera, but could Jay Lewis be your other uncle, Joyce? Do you think?
I don't know.
I have sent him a message, but he hasn't. He's not. He's
a couple of the uncles want to jump on because they don't understand how comes he is able to carry on, because this is not, Shelley is not the first. Okay. She's not the first, and if this was told before to let people know, then people can protect their children. Yeah, he done it. Apparently, he done it in Jamaica, and that's the reason why he rushed over here.
That's how he got
to England. That's right. And his father was a policeman,
and he had to hide in Gaza. He had to hide in the Gaza before the dad could fly him out to England because the family was in. And that's what someone who knew the dad come back and told us that.
So and it was a big family he done. Now, some of the family lives in America and some lives in and they said anyhow they catch him, he's not going to be a.
Why? One thing I do know, about your brothers, Faye, is that they're not really playing, are they?
So, brothers, couple of the family took his side, and said you should have opened up your mouth and this and that. You know what I mean?
As usual. Yeah.
No,
they're the ones are like him.
No, yes. They're kids in front of him. Unless they're
like him. Because when we went to court, there was one of the sister-in-law, his sister-in-law. Every time someone went into the box, she'd get up and she'd walk out. Till the usher turned around and said, so you get up one more time and walk out, you won't be coming back in.
Why was she walking out every minute?
Well, we was told afterwards.
Do you think they were up to
we was told last year?
You know, a lot of them like to do these things.
Yeah, we know. We're fully
now
aware
we found out last
on.
year. Yeah. Anyway, she walked in and out. When everybody went to lunch, because it was going on for a week, and when they went to lunch and come back, he turned around and said, "Mom, can I have a glass of water, please?" The judge turned around and said, "But you just come back from lunch. Now you want water?" "Yes, Mom, I don't." And Mom gave him said, "All right, have it." You see, when she told him he can have the water, he flung the thing in his mouth. A white sort of ball, and he flung it in his mouth.
A white ball?
It's sort of it was wrapped in something, and he flung it in his mouth.
God.
So everyone saw that, but the judge didn't. Now, you've just come back from lunch. Before the case can start back, you asked him, "Mom, can I have a glass of water?" Yeah, you know what you've done. The neighbor even turned around and said to somebody, told us in our face last year, she went to Jamaica before the court case started. Yeah.
Hmm.
So she know what she done.
Do you know what? Yeah,
And
it's
they
a
will also
controversial subject. Can I just
hold
say?
on.
Can I
Afua,
just
and
say
they
it's a
also
Can I just say it's a controversial subject? But we know our people, and we know these things go on. We do know these things go on, and if you've got the right connections and you can get to the right
You
people, and
don't
you
you
have the
don't know
money.
about these things because you're young.
No, I know about it. Me, young sis.
I never know about them things there.
Well, I tell you one thing. I'm 54 years old, and I know enough to know that I've heard and seen these things. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely
I
heard and seen these things along
see.
the way, and especially coming out of Jamaica, people get mixed up in these things. But you know, my thing is this: if you don't buy into it, they ain't got no power over you, and that's what I truly firmly believe. You know, that's how I've been able to bat off my own arrows that people like to throw. There's people throwing them right now, but here I sit,
When girls
and here you sit as well. So whatever they've tried, it hasn't worked, has it?
no.
Okay.
Yeah. And you see when he got off,
Mm-hmm.
I stood outside and I said, you know what? They're going to lock me up tonight. They're going to lock me up. You know what? He refused to come out the courthouse. He refused. He stepped back. And guess what? Again, 2 policemen came out with their shotgun. Yeah,
Really?
outside. Yes.
Towards you guys or towards him?
Towards me. Because
Shotguns.
I wasn't moving.
Wow.
And they came out with it at the
And you weren't
courthouse.
armed. You weren't armed.
I wasn't armed.
Huh?
And they're telling me to move on, move on. He can't come out until we move.
But
And
with
then the
shotguns.
guys who came with us, they pulled me and said, come on, come on, come on, come on. He's protected by the police.
And you know, so much of
we said
the
it,
people that
when we
we've
said
called
it,
out is.
when I said it to someone, someone said to me, him and this other guy had some fuss, yeah, and he started, they was going to fight,
Mm-hmm.
and what he did, he ran to the police station and went to report the guy, said he's doing this. The police went to the guy's house and raided.
This is the
He's
problem.
been doing it all the time. When somebody's back tackling him, he runs and report them to the police. Yeah, because his father was a policeman, he think he can still do the job what his
And a
father
lot
was
of them
doing in
yard man,
Jamaica.
that's how they are. You know, they go on like they're bad and all the rest of it, but their code doesn't include not being an informer, as far as I can see. Especially them nasty man as well. They love to run to the police to try to get protection. You know, horrible.
Yeah, because they can't stand up to nobody.
No, they're
we was
cowards.
getting
Even this man who lived on the same road as us and walking past, he said, "What you do outside the people in the house? You the caretaker for the house." And the man turned around and said, when he heard it, he said, "Yes, he done it." Right.
There must be
Everybody.
so many more victims that have not come
Of course
forward.
it is. Any woman he goes out with, he attacked them.
No, he attacks their children, their daughters.
And he had a child with this girl, the woman he's with, and he turned around and had a child with a 14-year-old girl.
Oh my God.
Daughter.
The daughter, yeah. 14-year-old girl.
With the daughter of his stepdaughter?
No.
He's not his stepdaughter. It was a woman he was dealing with.
Okay. So
every woman he goes out with, he attacks them.
Let me get this right. A woman he was dealing with, he had a baby with the woman's daughter.
Yes. And the woman's friend turned around and told me down at Deptford and said, if I didn't know it was your child, I'd have got her in court with you.
How long ago was this with a 14-year-old?
Around the same time, and this happened to
me. Around the same time as.
So she's a grown woman. I would like to hear from that girl. I don't know if she knows she was.
I'm not being rude yet, Afua, but we might not even hear from this woman because that man's under a lot of stuff right now. We're lucky to even come on there. That's what I'm saying to you. Real. He doesn't want nothing to come outside.
It's not a luck about it. Like I'm going after
him. Tomorrow we could be serious problems. That's what I'm saying to you. This good
we rebuke it. We rebuke it. That is a lie from the devil and the pit of hell. Nothing is going to come over this. You people are on hallowed ground here. He can't do you nothing for coming on this.
He can't. You're crazy.
Let him try to throw an hour after this. Let him try.
We're waiting, Afua. We're waiting for replies. We're waiting for replies.
Everybody,
there's a woman in trouble. He turned around. He's going to kill them. He loved using that word "kill." Kill. Who does he think he is?
Rebuke it. You hear me? Rebuke it.
You don't. You know.
This thing is covered
You know what? You know what? I was coming home from work. Was it last year or the year before? And I missed 2 of my trains. The 3rd train I caught. Yeah. And when I came out the station at the zebra crossing, who did I see? He's standing there. Look, as he saw me, he turned his head. I said, "Look on child molester." Yeah. He turned his head. When I went to the bus stop, him and his woman, a different woman, walking down. So I said, so I turned around, "Child molester, you find another woman." The woman turned around and said, "Oh, who should I talk to? Who should?" He's like, "You know, I'm mad woman that. I said, "No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You're a child molester." He said to her, "Come on, walk on. You're not bother listen to her."
I don't get these women, you know. I don't get these women, Faye, because if I was walking with my man and some random woman came up and started calling him a child molester, he ain't walking off nowhere until I get some answers. And I want to hear what you've got to say. Do you understand? I don't get these women.
He shouldn't be with no woman at all. Nobody. He's not a human being. He's not a human being. A human being don't go around and do things like that.
Can you remember the actual case? Because this is the bit that's stumping my head, Faye and Joyce. This is the bit that's stumping my head. They've got DNA, the defense have got DNA, the prosecutors have got DNA evidence, that but obviously they haven't got, I can see where it's gone wrong in that they've got it off on a technicality because it has to be beyond reasonable doubt. Can you remember what his story was as to why it got there in the room?
He made up so much lies, so different lies all the time. Yeah, he turned around and said, he went in there and he was changing clothes. He said all different things. This man was a compulsive liar. He lied from the day he stepped off that plane. Yeah, and he's come and tried to mix with decent people. He was taking, people took him as a good friend. Yeah, he never, anything that man wanted, he got. He borrowed this. If he wanted money, he borrowed. He knew my mum. He'd sit down, he'd eat food with us, he'd do everything. Sleep on the settee, everything. But never know say he was a child molester. We was protected. No way. Them should live in they shouldn't live in a house or a shack. They should live in a bush.
As my father used to say, a batty them come out.
Batty. Then when he was born, he should have chopped on his head and broke his neck.
My goodness.
No, he's a wicked man.
He's a nonce. Let's call him what he is. He's a paedophile.
Yeah, of course he is.
And he's dangerous.
Very dangerous.
We need to bring this man to book. And I really
let me tell you something. We never clicked. We never clicked on. We used to sit and watch Brookside. I don't know if you watched Brookside, yeah?
Yeah, I remember Brookside.
Everyone, all of us used to sit down in the front room watching Brookside. And if you check Brookside, at one stage, Brookside, the man was sleeping with his daughters. He had 2 daughters, and he was
there was a storyline back in the day. I remember
that.
Yeah,
you know what the man did? He came in the room, turned it on. When I watch the things there, when I watch it, and he turned the TV over. Never know that's him. That was him. You understand? If we had continued to watch, then you would have picked up how he's acting. You'd have picked up that's him.
Wow.
Man,
it's
like
only
him.
when you look back, isn't it, in retrospect, that you start to see the little red flags. Yeah. What a nastiness.
Afua.
I don't think we can allow this man to roam. How old is he now? Sorry,
we don't know, but Afua, It was so bad, yeah, that the man started ringing up our phone, trying to send death threats. He's gonna kill me and my uncle because of this. Hey, listen, we've been through it. This man, trust me, we've been through it. He just sends shots. Everybody's sending shots.
This is what makes me sick about
these shots. But he thinks, yeah, we're fully aware of him now because we know how the hell did you bust court case? We all know. Then you went to the newspaper.
And you see the fact that you see the fact that
getting kicked off every week.
Let me just say something, Joyce. You see the fact that you guys are here, bearing witness and testimony.
It's been a long road for us to get here.
You've pushed past whatever he's doing, what silence he wants to silence people. You guys have pushed past it, and you're here to tell the tale. His Abia and the yoke of it has broken today. I declare and I decree it. It's broken today. I'm telling you.
It took a lot for us to get.
No. The fact that you've done it now,
when he's saying kill,
you're not frightened anymore, Joyce. I want you to hear me good.
He's not doing it physically, He's doing it mentally, if you get what I mean, He's going in with the doctors. That's how he's coming. He's not coming to kill you by force. He's coming by the doctors to kill you. And because people are not into them things, we don't know these things because we're not practicing these things.
But now,
I'm saying to you, that's how you caught on because to me, myself, Afua, this thing's deep. Very, very deep. Afua, that man tried to destroy my life, Real talk. He has done it. That man tried to kill me. I can say that that man tried to kill me. I was feeling it. Yeah. He was doing the most.
You know what, Afra? You know what?
He was doing the most, bro. He probably still doing it now. This is what I'm saying to you. It's anytime we say anything to him on the road, listen, it's a problem for us the next day.
You know what? Let me say something.
We've gone to fight him.
You see this man here?
It's been problems for us the next day.
This man, if he wanted, while he's there troubling my child, he's coming to borrow money off of me.
Oh, wow.
I never get it back, because he's not working, but he's borrowing money. Okay? Now, when this court case is finished, and he got, you know what, I'm at home, and the phone rang. Right. And it's the Voice newspaper ringing me up, asking me about it. So I thought, okay, I'm telling them the story. You know what they did? They twist the story. They tell a bag of lies. I had to get onto the solicitor. And you know which solicitor that was? Imran Khan. I had to get onto them. And they had to uphold the story because they took on a story, but they never investigated.
That was the Voice newspaper. They're not worth the rag they're written on.
The Voice, and from that day, I would never buy a Voice newspaper. They would rot. When they're bragging and they do this for black people, they don't do nothing for black people.
They're not even owned by us anymore. A long time ago.
You have some, that's it.
Yeah.
You understand? They don't do anything for black people.
No.
So the only thing they can do is damage black people. They pretend there is, and all them people is going there and standing up with the Voice. The Voice is not for us.
It hasn't been for a long time. It was owned by us in the beginning, but it is no longer.
But you see, it better you go to the Jamaican Gleaner and give your story.
At least that's a Philly.
That's right. That's right.
They will tell a more balanced story, hopefully. But I'm just still miffed. Like, what happened on the day when he was in that cross-examination stand, and he was in the dock being cross-examined? What were the things they were trying to say to him? I'm trying to figure out how the jury got around it, because knowing the system the way that I do, put the spiritual side aside, right? Because one thing about the spiritual, it needs the physical in order to work, right? That's how spiritual matters work. So, Obia isn't something that invents anything. The devil doesn't create. All he does is destroy. So when Obia is working, it's got to have something to work with. Does that make sense?
I don't. I'm not being rude.
That is my listen to me. Can I done, please, Joyce? Yeah. It has to have something to work with. So whatever Obia spirit was working in that court already knows that the court is faulty. So it's going to look for the opening. This is what you guys have to understand. That's how Abia works. Abia don't come and create a situation. It comes and it turns a situation that's already there into chaos. That's what it does. It doesn't create anything because it's of the devil. And the devil don't create. Only God creates. Do you see what I'm saying? So all Abia does is come to mud up whatever God's plan is. You get me? That's what it is. So I'm thinking to the court and I'm thinking to myself, all right, we know it's a system that's faulty. Could he have said that, well, you know, he was masturbating in the room? That would have been a defense.
No, he didn't say none of them things there.
None of them things there.
No, he never put his hand up to anything. The only time he put up his hand is when he and his woman was in the car. He said he wanted to jump off a cliff. If it was me, I'd drive into a cliff and tell him jump.
Wow.
That's the only time. And she said it with her own mouth. And this other guy was there. She went to this other guy's house and he said the same thing. They was living next to a school. Yeah? Up in Sydenham. And every certain time he runs up to the school.
Says, sorry, but sometimes mob justice is needed. Just saying. Yeah, you know, sometimes you wonder. I know
He used to run to school and he used to get the children, couple of girls, to where they live.
To the school, you know, a real dirty nonce. I hope he's watching.
Right. He went to the school up in Sydenham. And people's children.
And and when they're informers, which is what you guys are alleging, when they're informers, they just seem to be allowed to run rampant in our community, just like Vincent Rat. We're not frightened of Vincent Rat's Abia, your Abia, Eamon Edwards' Abia, and a bag of foolishness he's going on with. We're not frightened of any of you lot's Abia. There was a time when the likes of Tony Clark, Vincent Rat, Eamon Edwards, and the rest of them, apparently, allegedly, I was informed that they had put together some money in a pot to hire a hitman for me, and it came on good source. The whole story around that. Maybe I'll tell it fully one day. But these people don't realize what they're doing. The very thing that they're trying to run from, they're running away from. They're running straight into because they keep perpetrating themselves. You know, the violation, the threats, whatever it is, they're doing the very same things that they're accusing people of when they know full well that they're guilty. It's absolutely disgusting. And too many of them are police informants. Too many of them, especially from that old school set, which this Drumbelly guy is from, isn't it? From the old school set. Especially them man there, them dirty nonces of that era seem to be police informants on top of it. It's appalling. And we do need to do something. And we need to root out this guy. We need to root him out and bring some reports to the police and make them reopen that case and investigate all the other cases against him. But sisters need to speak out. Stop hiding.
They need to stop hiding. No, he's threatening them.
Stop fearing his threats. He's a bully and he's a nasty piece of work and he's of the darkness. So the only thing that can deal with them is light. You see my point?
Yeah, which we're doing now. We're shining a lot of light on him.
Shining a whole heap of light on his activities.
4 weeks, 3 weeks ago.
Abia is the same as a paedophile's activities. It's kind of in the same spectrum.
We're not sure what he was using. We're not sure. You get it.
Whatever it was,
whatever he was
in the
using.
Same spectrum. When you shine the light on
it was very powerful. Very powerful because he's out on the road.
It has no power. It has no power, honestly. I know D-Rose jumped off because he's not really in the long talking thing. He just came to back you up, Joyce. He's not in the long talking.
You know what? Let me tell you something, yeah? That man must eat somebody after birth because he's so dirty. Yeah? Man like him, after birth. They're dirty. They don't go... If they... You see how mean this man is? If he wants a woman, and his woman's not satisfying inside the house, go and buy a prostitute. Pay for a prostitute, if that's what you want. Leave little young girls alone and let them grow the way they should grow. That's how I look at it, But don't trouble people's children and the people, even the family who he troubled, They turn around and say, sent a message. Don't worry, sis. We're involved as well because he done it to their child.
Yeah.
Don't. They catch him. They're dead. He can't go nowhere.
No, man, he can't run nowhere. And Gore, no, I'm not surprised. And we got something coming for the young ones that are following suit in 2024. You guys might remember we said that we were going to launch a paedophile hunting group, an online paedophile hunting group, or what is known as a child protection online group. And that is in full motion. That's going to launch in 2024, people. And you're going to hear about it because we know they're out there, the young ones. And it says you will spend their entire savings on, I'm assuming you're going to say online activities. But we're coming for the young ones because we know they're out there. Many of them will be the sons of these people that have learned behavior, you know, or may well have been abused themselves by these nasty old men and repeating the behavior. So we do know, Angkor.
And this is why you can't turn around. You see, my mum always say to me, you see, people is the lesbian and the gays. You cannot say anything because you don't know what they went through in life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
These are the things
that's another controversial subject, but my assertion has been, through my experience of counseling those individuals, especially the black ones, it always seems to me a large percentage of them, in fact the majority, have been sexually abused as children. And that's just my observation. Take it or let it.
And it's not even most of the time it's family who does it to them.
100%.
Yeah,
especially from a certain era, from this era.
That's right. You know? Okay. Or they grow up in a home and they was troubled in a home.
Yep. That's the strength of it. You know, the predatory paedophile is quite a rare thing. The one that jumps out of the bushes and grabs a child and kidnaps the child and does all that stuff. That's what people kind of had in their head as being a paedophile, not recognizing the intergenerational abuse that was going on in the home. You know, all the different forms of abuse that can happen, especially sexualized abuse. We just had no knowledge of it, Faye, in our time, did we?
No.
Us children, we didn't even know what to call it. What was being done to us. And I'm sure 20, 30 years ago for Joyce, it was the same thing. What do you call it? There's no word for it. There was no structure to support that, you know? And I don't think things have improved that well. Yes, there's lots of talk and lots of structure and lots of training and lots of talk. But actually, in reality, what's changed? Because these guys are still roaming around. Most of them have jumped online now. So they've got smart and clever. And children are still being abused in their hordes. But it's a business with these people. So they allow people like Drumbelly to do their thing. The powers that be. How is it that if I robbed, you know, the Queen's purse, as they call it, if I robbed a bank, I can get 25 years. But if a guy does what Drumbelly's done to Sister Joyce, he can either bust case, even with DNA evidence, or he might just spend maybe a couple of years in a cozy little unit.
Yep.
Something's fundamentally wrong, isn't it?
There was a woman what was living down the road. I got this source from about 3 weeks ago. This person phoned me and we was talking and they said they saw him. Anyway, they said he was with this woman. She lived down the road from where we lived. And he was beating this woman left, right, and center.
What, even recently, sis?
No. All the time. So every woman he goes with, a big woman, he beats them. But if a man steps forward to him to fight him, he runs to the police station.
That's what Joyce was saying, yeah. Disgusting. And the police being the police, the system being the system, he gets the protection. No one can't do nothing.
Of course he will get the protection because he's helping them with their job. So when he's going to parties, he's going to sniff what he can find out and go to the station.
What's his name again? Just so I don't have to pull that picture back up. Well, we keep forgetting his name. He's probably government name.
Dotty Drumbelly.
No, the government name.
You call him government name in
Anthony Leslie, isn't it? Anthony Leslie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a nasty piece of work. So Joyce, you there, Joyce? You there, sis? No, I think she's probably dealing with the kids. How is it from your perspective as a mother? How has it been for Joyce just while she's coming back?
I must admit, she had it rough.
Mm-hmm.
She went off rails as well. You understand? Because people
Was
was
that
bad
after the court
mouthing
case?
her after the court case, and she got she started her teenager life. She went off the rail because she had it on her. It was always heating her. No matter what people say, it will be always eating you out until people realize this man is a liar. This man is this. You understand? Where his woman and her sisters was like laughing. They went on like they're this and that. But people realize they're just as bad as him.
It really makes me sick to my stomach.
They're just as bad as him.
But it's the way the community covers them and protects them and denies the victim their voice. It's just, it really gets me every single time. I just can't get over it. And we do the best that we can in terms of trying to follow the letter of the law, trying to report it. But what happens when the system fails? What do we do then?
Right.
Just allow them to roam around and continue
right.
to abuse our children? I know Dero would say, nah, we deal with them. Sad. And I'm not advocating for that.
At the end of the day,
what choice do people have? My thing is about, we'll expose them then, regardless of anything else.
You see, people who protect them just bad as them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm, like I said, I'm not advocating for no one to go around bashing them up or whatever. But my solution was to do this, what we're doing here, because it's the next best thing. The one thing that these people fear more than even being beaten up. Yeah. So
the woman sitting at home, he's out there with another woman, and she's going on like she's a queen. She's a queen.
The one thing they fear more, Faye, than even being beaten up is exposure. Remember, I tell you. So you guys are doing a lot better by exposing them fully than even beating them, because all he does, like you said, is run to the police. The wounds heal, and off he goes again. But the exposure, it cuts down their ability to move. Do you understand? Because now all the eyes are on them. Your dirty little secret is out. Yeah? And whether you can maybe convince your woman or the little people around you, the community knows what you're doing. And that's what's important. Do you understand? That's what's important.
But you see, again, he's a person. He's good at ducking and diving, Very good.
Well, let him do that.
Very good. But one day, that ducking and diving is not going to help him.
It's not going to help him at all.
When he thinks he's hiding from this person, if he sees a person and he knows, he runs and you don't see him again. But he don't realize he's done something, and he got away for all them years what he's done to other people's children.
There must be so many. There must be so many, honestly.
Yep. Even till his son turned around and come outside and hitting the other children with the stick. Yeah. And turn around, the children used to run him, tell him, go away, go away. He turned around, the son turned around and said, I'm getting my dad to come and rape you.
What?
So when they're sitting there thinking, they've got away with it, the neighbours, them all look at him and say, oh, your son, come out here, come tell my children. No.
Yes, Leon. You're joking. His own son
came out.
Sis, you're going to have to run that one back on me again. What?
The son was playing with some other children, and they sort of pulled out. He took a stick and come out and start hitting them with the stick. So they turned around and lashed back on him. He turned around and said to the kids, I'm going to get my dad to come out and rape you.
Jesus Christ, have mercy, Lord Jesus.
So therefore, if the
my
child can say that, then his own child said that, and them children wouldn't have turned around and say that.
You're joking. So he's probably done that to his own son, because how else would the child know about anything like that? How old was this boy at the time?
I don't even know, I don't even know how old the child was. But that child came out with something what his father is trying to deny.
That's disgusting. And there was obviously, that the system fails us, man. How can I not advocate for us to take things into our own hands? But that has to be structured and leveled, and it's got to be done the right way. But how can we not? Where is the justice for these people? And why didn't anyone pick up on the fact that the son is doing or saying that couldn't have been his only comment in you might have heard that one, or the children did, but I'm sure there was many other comments that were inappropriate.
Might be.
Well, he's coming out with something like that. He was definitely not the only comment he was coming out with. Why wasn't that picked up on? Because I bet my bottom dollar, with a child coming out with that to his friends, and I'll get my dad to do it. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? It's not rocket science. The child was abused by Drumbelly, by his father.
Must be.
If that's true,
if he can't get no young children, if he can't get no young girls, he will go for boys.
And that's why you have to understand, because he wasn't gay in his pretend adult life. So you really have to understand that when it comes onto pedophiles, it's not about sex for them. It's about power. It's about sexual power. Do you understand? So they enjoy the fact that they can have ultimate sexual power over a child, because that's the most weakest thing in the human race is a child. And yes, they will always be dominant over their woman anyway, but ultimately for them, the way that they thirst and seek sexual power is what it's about for them. And that's why a lot of people won't understand that, you've got a beautiful wife at home, but you're a paedophile. People don't get it. It's not the beautiful wife. It's not the sex. It's not that for them. It's more than that. Disgusting.
Him and his woman sit and discuss it. She knows what went down. She knows what went down. You understand? Him and her discuss it.
What's that? His wife?
I don't know if it's his wife or it's his little dog.
These women, I tell you, they got to go. They've got to go along with the nonsense, these protectors and enablers and naysayers who just let children suffer on their watch. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
And then people...
Joyce, are you back with us yet, sis? Are you back, Joyce? I think she's gone to deal with her children.
I'm going to tell you what happened to me on one morning on the train, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to work one morning on the train, and I'm standing up. Mm-hmm. Next thing I felt this man touching my leg. I looked at him. What are you doing? The man stood up like he didn't do anything. The train moved on again. He done it. You know what I did? I had to beat him on the train. I take out my umbrella and I never stopped beating. And even this man saw, and he give him a punch too. When the man jumped off the train and ran off at Charing Cross, the man stopped and pulled up his trousers leg and showed me something wrapped around his leg. He was a prisoner, or he was out on bail, but he had that band round his leg. I said, "You dirty little," you understand? They've got it in their blood.
You know what? I had a similar situation when I was in my 20s. I was going to work on the train on the Victoria line, right? And the train was packed. Never forget it. But when it got to Oxford Circus, the train sort of emptied out at that point, But all the time in the journey while it was packed, I could feel something hard rubbing against my bum. I was thinking to myself, maybe it's an umbrella. I wasn't giving it too much thought, to be honest. It was a packed train, nothing like that had ever happened before. And it just might have been an umbrella and I wasn't giving it much thought. But as the train emptied out at Oxford Circus, I just sort of casually looked round to see what that was, you know? And I saw a guy hurriedly trying to do up his flies. So then I realized exactly what it was. So I basically given him a punch in the mouth, tried to hold on to him. He slipped out of he had on about 3 jackets and a heap of clothes and whatever. He slipped out of the jackets and run off up the platform. A couple of brothers gave chase, but he actually got away. And I got to work. I just put it down to just another mad day on the tube. Didn't think about it much. Was vexed, of course, and kept it moving. And this is, this is how, especially as a survivor myself, how sometimes you just go into overdrive and mode, And I got to work, carried on with my day. And at about 2 p.m., I think I'd just come back from lunch and I was doing something on the computer. And from nowhere, I just burst into tears.
Yeah.
And it was at that point, like the full weight of it just hit me like, hold on, you've been sexually assaulted on the tube. Raw,
Mm-hmm.
And it caught me like that. But yeah, the tube used to be full of them kind of dirty man.
Yeah.
They've cleaned
that happened years ago. This happened to my aunt in the 60s, yeah?
Mm-mm.
And it was Oxford Circus again that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And the man put and she was going up the escalators, and the man put his hand up her dress. Well, my aunt is not easy, She bust his ass. She got arrested because she drew blood on the man. You understand?
Got arrested, that should be self-defense. That's horrible.
My mum got the phone call that she had to go and bail her. When my mum went and bail her, the man dropped the case anyway. He dropped the case. But my aunt wasn't having it.
And this is in the days before CCTV and all of that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when they really had a field day. I remember being at primary school in the 70s, Faye. And you always had a flasher outside the school, didn't you? There was always some guy in the neighborhood that the kids knew was someone to stay away from, right? They were around. I don't know if it was like that in your area. It's certainly like that in mine. We had a little flasher guy that used to come by the school gates. And then we had another guy on the bus. I've told this story before, that used to come and sit down next to us on the bus and masturbate. And he was a black man. And that man, I ended up bumping into him somewhere in my 30s in a Jamaican food shop in Forest Gate. And I recognized him. And he was just acting normal. He'd come into the shop. But the guy that owns the shop knew my parents because he's been there forever in our area, this yard man that sells yam and banana and whatever. So I said to him, do you know this guy? He said, yeah, man, I'm coming there all a while. He's my customer and whatever. I said, how long you known him? He said, years if I come inside here. I said, really? You see this guy? He's a nonce. He's a paedophile. And he used to masturbate himself in front of us as schoolgirls on the 58 bus how many years ago? You understand what I'm saying? He said, really? I said, yeah. And I blew the man up in the shop. He's going on like it wasn't him. I said, listen, remember telling you something here and now. See, anything you do in front of children, they will never forget.
Yep.
Never forget. I don't know if you remember him, Hurricane Toya. You might even remember him, sis. We used to call him Pervert Pete in our area, that brother there. And then there was another little white man that used to come outside the school until I think they just probably locked him up in the end. Terrible. They were everywhere because they weren't online. You see, now they're online, so they're less on the street.
There was a black guy down at Lewisham. Every evening when I'm coming home from work, he would be standing up outside Lewisham police station. And he would have like 3 or 4 white school children with him. Rasta. He had Rasta locks. I couldn't say he's a Rasta because he was too nasty. You have the 3 or 4 white girls, young white girls as well. And and a lot of us on the bus in the evening would say, oh, what am I doing there with them and white girl there? Outside the police station. What am I doing? Or even what woman turn around and say, what a nasty wretch. And I'm saying to myself, make police hold him because he will get a longer sentence for them white girls what he's troubling.
Oh, of course.
Yes, than a black girl.
Absolutely, they don't care about us.
And then, he don't believe there's a camera there as well. So you're blatant. You want to go to jail. Maybe you don't want to pay a rent. You don't want to pay light bill, gas bill, or anything like that. You're looking at a freelance. Because I can't see someone so barefaced is doing it outside the police station. And the children had on their school uniform.
And he was what, chirping them, chatting them up.
Yeah, kissing them up and
Oh my God! Imagine.
Plenty of people must see it because he wasn't. I don't know. Maybe he's not right in the head. You understand? But
nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. The streets are a little bit safer, but are they really? Because they're all online. They're trying to groom children out of their houses to come and meet them, and all kinds of madness. So it hasn't changed. It's just changed form. What's going on? Let me try and get hold of Joyce and see what's happened. Like, I don't know if she's busy or she's lost contact, lost connection.
Okay.
Let me mute up a second, yeah?
Okay.
All right, we got sister back here now. Yes, my sister.
Yeah, sure.
Listen, the one thing that I want you to take away from this, because I do know that the effect of what he's done to you is still with you in terms of the spiritual side of it. You know, you've been through a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
I want you to know this, and I'm saying it live on air. Yeah. That man has no dominion over you. You just need to believe it, my sister. Stop fearing him.
No.
Faye,
you know
I want
it
you
is
to help me with that. I want you to help us.
You know, another thing, like what this man does as well, he will see people that I chat to, like my children's dad. He went and stopped the mum and told the mum when she's packing out her shopping that I'm lying. The mum had to run in.
Yeah, this is what they do, Faye.
But I told you, I don't know this man from. I don't see this man. I don't live around that area where he lives. But someone went back and told them that I go out that person because they all live around the same estate.
Yeah, it's not hard to find out.
Told the mum that I'm lying. Yeah, anyone he sees me talking to, or says anything, yeah, she's a liar. She done it. Me, my point is, why would I want to lie about a big grey-kin man like you? Because you're not attracted to me. And I was 10.
But the thing was it, right? He knew her from she was the day she born.
Filthy pedophiles. Do you know what? He was probably had his eye on her at that point.
The same thing. I said the same thing.
No, absolutely. We saw that with the case of Victor Lindsay. He was dealing with babies, you know. It's just
And you know what? You know where this actually extended from? You could say that. I was saying to my mum earlier, because obviously it was my mum's family, innit? Well, the person he was with is my mum's family, right?
Oh,
but my mum back in them days, like we used to go into each other's houses. They used to come to ours. I used to go to his house, and I remember he used to come in the room and try to watch me. So from then, now when I think about it, you was weird when I used to go to your house. Yeah, you never done it in his house. He used to do it in my house because my house is big enough. There's a lot of rooms in there. You get it? So no one hear you. No one see where he's going.
This is what they do. They never just strike. It's not like that. They groom, they ideate, they fantasize before they make their move. 100%.
Boy, it's been a long
100%.
journey, man.
Been a long journey, sis. But
He
I just
must have come
need
stand up
you.
next to clean people and dirty. He's very dirty.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah?
He is.
All of this has ripped your family apart, hasn't it?
Of course it has, because he's gone around and told a lot of lies on us and done a lot of things.
Yeah, yeah.
Up to this day, you know, people still saying, "Oh, she's lying." And what do I need to lie about you for, mate? It's out in the open. I've heard it from my mouth. You heard it from my mouth. They've heard Shelly say it. We've got nothing to lie about. You're a big breaking man. I was 10. You was probably in your 50s. Them days there, or your 40s.
Yeah. Because this is what you were 10. How old are you now, sis?
I'm 40.
So
I
30
think
years
he's
ago.
about 70 odd now.
See?
He's 70 odd, my God. So
Yeah.
he was in his 40s.
He
Yeah.
goes on
Yeah.
like he's young,
Yeah.
but someone went hospital and visit him and saw his age on it because he would never tell his age.
Mm-hmm.
Never tell his
Yeah,
age.
that's another characteristic of theirs, actually.
You
Another
understand?
characteristic of theirs.
He got run out of Jamaica, and the person who told us about his background died, a couple thing, but he was ready to talk too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if that person was alive, they would have just tell you the whole background story of him.
Straight dad. He knows that the person said they know his dad from Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to hide in Gaza while the dad was trying to set him to get to England because he raped off a family.
He did what?
He raped a little girl in that family.
In
In
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Yeah, well, he'll get away with it there, won't he?
While the dad could get a ticket for him to get to England. So he was in
So
Gaza.
that's how he came to be in England.
Yeah,
in the first place.
that's what we heard. Yeah, the person didn't know his family well.
My God, that's such a case with it's always a case with a lot of them who come over from yard. A lot of them, honestly, we've got to do something about it, and we've really got to partner with our Jamaican brethren to try to stop this thing, man. It's like, yeah, and a lot of them run away from here to get away from charges and go off to Jamaica and just continue to abuse children.
If he goes back, he'll be a dead man.
And that's the thing with Jamaica. That's the only plus side, is that you can do with them what thou wilt in Jamaica, and nobody will care.
Called jungle justice.
Yeah, jungle justice for sure in Jamaica. I would have loved to catch one or two of them out of there, you see. Honestly. I'm sure they'd like to catch me too.
You see.
But you are a joy, Joyce. You are a joy. Your strength, your character shines through, my sister.
Thank you.
Faye, I've got to congratulate you as well, my sister, and the uncles as well. I know one of them didn't get on. D-Ro's gone. He's probably gone to sharpen his lass. But yeah, thank you guys as a family for standing up for Joyce, because so many families don't, you know. So many families don't.
Well, they need to start doing it because it's not nice.
And so many mothers deny their child, just not having it. You know, they'll rather back that dirty paedophile than their own daughters. So I want to congratulate you, mummy. I want to congratulate you on that.
Yeah, we still have problems. If we go to family dues, we got to stand up in a place with them looking at us.
This is the problem, sis.
Yeah, we got a big problem. Yeah, it's something that will never go away. We go out, we see them. Like if we say something to them, or we go to fight them, the next one we're in problems.
Exactly.
So yeah, there's a lot.
So that's why that's not the way to catch them. And we're going to be talking off air. I'm going to put out a proper appeal for this guy. Proper. You understand?
Yeah.
And let's see what we get. Let's see if we widen our net, and let's see what comes back. Because if it comes back, I'm telling you, we can have him on some charges. So let's do that. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's hope people are not as shook of him as they were of Rat. I don't think they will be quite as shook of him. I don't know.
No, I don't think they will.
Nah. Well, he's not Rat, much as he probably thinks he is.
This man, he's supposed to be a visitor in this country, yeah, and they should be taken. He didn't have a stay in this country.
See.
So how?
I wonder if he's got that stay now. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
He didn't have a stay in this country, yeah. He's come over here and wanted
continue to take over. Yeah.
Exactly the same cycle, the same nasty ass cycle.
The same thing. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't the first person who he done it to. There's a good few people, a good few girls that he's done it to. Or
I would
when I
encourage them to speak out and to support Sister Joyce in her struggles. And I will say that Joyce is not your real name. And that's important to add, because if there's other women that are feeling afraid to come on, or if you don't have to come on, we can have a confidential conversation. We will guide you as to what to do next. No one ever has to know that you've come to us. I put it out there.
I don't mind putting my name up there, you know.
No, I know you're good. I know you're good. Let's just call you Joyce for tonight.
The hardest option, the hardest part of it was coming on here, isn't it? But
trust me, sis, it's a long road. How many times did you say I'm coming on and then we had to cancel and then I'm coming on? Do you get me? So for you to be here now, sis, I know the strength it took for you to come here. And I just want people to know that as well.
We've been talking amongst the family, like, where we're going to get a picture from. And it popped out. As soon as it popped out, we sent it straight over. As soon as we received it, we sent it straight over.
Let's not even talk about how the picture popped out.
Yeah, we don't need to.
No, we don't need to, but it was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
It was mad.
And it was just his picture.
After searching for an image of him, the way that picture came up, God alone. And that's why it was your time to speak now, sis. And that's why I need you and your family. Mom, you're here. D, them are probably still watching, but I need you. I need you, Joyce, to understand fully that the fact that it came the way it came, that image, and you were able to move forward, you swallowed your fear with all of it, you've come through. That is what is a breaking of a yoke in the spiritual world. You've broken his spell, you've broken his obia, because the whole thing was for you to stay quiet and never ever speak out publicly, right?
Yep.
All right. So whatever he's done to you, however many times that however many times that he licked you down and done what he did and did what he done, it never worked, because here you are, and that's the breaking of the yoke. He can't trouble you again. You just need to believe it, and you need to pray on it from this point onwards. You understand me?
Yep.
He can't trouble you again. You're up your turn back, dirty man.
Amen.
Yeah? We rebuke it. Everybody in this chat, turn it back on this nasty man, because Abia only has power if you allow it. But you see, if you stand up, you understand me, and you know that you're dealing with righteousness and you stand on the power of the Most High, he can't trouble you. I know. Yeah? And that's what I want you to take away from this tonight, Sister Joyce.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
You're a soldier beyond measure. And you come from a soldier as well. Thank you, Faye. I'm going to put out the link. Don't go anywhere, guys. I'll see if anyone wants to jump on and reason with you guys. Maybe there's some of his ops around. Who knows? They might try and come on and say it ain't true. We'll deal with them. But we'll see who comes out. There's the link, people, as is customary. Mute up for a minute, guys. I'm going to mute up as well. Let's see if anybody jumps on. See who wants to jump on, if there's anybody. If not, we're going to wrap it up. But just mute up for a second, guys. Yes, sisters. I'm not sure if everybody or anybody is going to jump on actually, which is fine. Not a problem. Here we go. Oh, there is somebody called Demon Slayer. Might be one of my trolls with that name. Well, whatever your name is, Demon Slayer, your device is not connected, so you're not going to be able to get on anyway with that name. Demon Slayer, you know. Actually, that might be a good name considering who we're talking about. Demon Slayer, connect your device, please. Sorry, you're gonna have to kick you from the backstage. You've got to connect your device. You might be able to hear me if I send you back. Demon Slayer, can you please connect your microphone and connect your camera? Otherwise, I cannot let you onto the live to say what you've got to say. So if you're serious, try and do that and jump back on for me. Yeah. Anyone else that wants to jump on, you got 5 minutes. I just want to wrap up with both of you, Faye and Joyce. Can't unmute. Can you guys unmute yourselves for me? This thing's mad tonight, man. Can you guys unmute yourself for me? Faye, Joyce?
Aye.
Oh, brilliant. Yes. So what's your last word, sis? If you had to speak to your younger child, you know, if you had to speak to your younger self, Joyce, what would you say to your younger self about, let's just say you've had the experience going forward in your life now? Demon Slayer's here. What would you have to say about your younger self? Hold that thought, Joyce. Demon Slayer, you're live.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hi, we can hear you. You're live.
Oh, hello. Hi.
Hiya.
Hi. I just want to say that was quite hilarious about the Demon Slayer.
Okay.
It's not a troll, it's Heaven.
Oh, hey, Heaven, Demon Slayer. No, I liked it. I think I got it.
Because that's what we do. We slay demons when we speak our truth. I just wanted to say, I want to speak to Joyce. And is it Faye, your mother? Is it Faye? That's your name?
Yeah.
I just wanted to say, first and foremost, how amazing both of you are. What you've done here is not a small thing. You have really shed a light on a kind of a rarity that many of the survivors don't get, which is a mother who stands up angry and just rightfully so, as if it was done to her, because it was done to you equally, because it was done to your baby. So first and foremost, I know that a lot of the family and people would have turned their backs on you, and you still stood for your child. And I want to say I am proud of you. And
Thank you.
yes, and what advice would you give to other mothers, fathers, or potentially any carer whose child has gone through this and they are afraid to defend that child? What advice would you give out for them to
Well, one,
speak
I
and
would have
let
said
feel the
don't.
fear?
Before you answer that, can I get the question from Joyce about what she would say to her younger self before Mum answers that, if you don't mind?
Lovely.
You there, Joyce? You there, Joyce? She gone away. All right, Faye, if she's not there, then yeah. What would be the
Right.
advice? It's a really good question.
The advice I would give as well, your child is crying. Cry with that child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes.
Sit with that child. Talk with the child. Because you need to know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
My violence was I wanted to kill him.
It's a natural
You
reaction.
understand? That
To
was
me,
me.
it
But
all went out. It all went out well because it all went out well.
Mm-hmm.
you see again, when he went to
Yeah.
prison, when they the things what we was going through, we had to be together.
Right.
We had to hold
Was he
strong
on
together.
remand? He
He
got
went
bailed.
on remand. He
He
went
went
on
on remand.
remand. He
Okay.
didn't get bail. He didn't come out until the court case. After the court
Right.
case, yeah. So he went on remand, and while he was on remand, he was there bragging and saying about the family is lying. People who knows the family, people who grows with the family, yeah. because we are a big family and
Which is
whatever.
understandable about killing.
And they never make fun with his ass inside there. They bust him up
Yeah,
every
Good.
prison he went to, he got beaten.
so there
Good.
was some retribution, but like you said,
Her dad got himself in trouble and going to prison as well, and he got people in there, and they bust him up as well. Because when the dad was going to go and bust him up, they locked him, some
Give me
tension or something like
Papa.
that, and the other guys then went and they dealt with him while he's lying on the hospital bed, and he's moaning about this family tell lie and blah blah blah. And when they mentioned the name again, he got beaten up on the hospital bed. So everywhere he turned, he was getting beaten.
but it shows you
Good.
though, doesn't it, Faye, that he still came out and got better and started doing the same thing all over again. Exposure
Yes.
is far more effective than beating them
Yeah.
up. I want to hear from
Yes.
whoever's called
So,
Afua. Sorry, there's
that
somebody
is another
backstage.
thing what may help you get strong.
Okay.
Because like some people were saying she's lying, but
Yes.
people them in the prison was backing you.
Right.
You understand? And that help you as well.
It's
It
You got
does.
motivation.
you got
Yeah.
some people and family, because he's the side of family to say, come to me and said, oh, you should have never reported it, you should have just keep it under cover. Keep it under cover. That's why another child could get hurt. That's why my
Exactly.
child got hurt.
And that is part of the cycle of abuse, my sister. This is part of the cycle of abuse. All those family members that deny you, that isolate you, that do all the things that they do, that is the cycle of abuse. They are complicit and they are part of that abuse.
And they're just as bad as the abuser.
That's right.
They're no different.
And to me, they should get sentenced too.
As well. Me too. I agree. 100%.
You know, in the same way that you have joint enterprise, that's what should happen. But that, maybe that's campaigns that we need to look for in the future. Listen, there's somebody backstage called Afua Chats Shit something.
Wow.
I want to bring them on and see if they got chest to say nothing or if it's just one of them regular trolls. What you got to say, Afua Chats Shit? Got anything to say for yourself? You're muted. I shall unmute you. Oh, it says you can't mute, so you've muted yourself. There you go. They just want attention. Another troll. So pathetic.
This is just this is the usual.
This is what we have to deal with. This is what we have.
Yeah, whenever you're getting to the truth, distractions try to always come. That's why we need to speak up, because silence is what breeds more and more of this deception and insidious things that happen. When you speak out your truth, despite what's happening, they will come with all different angles to try and stop you. But you stand strong on your pillar, and eventually somebody else is going to gather that strength and they'll speak up. And before you know it, everybody else will come out of the woodworks, because it's never just one person they do it to. In fact, they say over a period of time, it's roughly between 200 victims that prolific pedophiles will, 200 children, that they would abuse at least. Right? So that shows you. So Joyce, can I ask Joyce a question as well, please? Are you there, Joyce? Joyce?
I don't know if there's a delay on this, I think she is there. Are you there, Joyce? Somebody called Rebuke Dylan's Name wants to come on. Rebuke Dylan's Name. Blessed love. Who's Rebuke Dylan's Name? Hi? Rebuke Dylan's Name? Okay, you've muted yourself. I don't know who you are, Rebuke Dylan's Name. But if you're not going to say anything, I'm going to have to kick you out. Can you hear me, Rebuke Dylan's Name? Sometimes it takes people time to figure it. Oh, hello, you just unmuted. Rebuke Dylan's Name. But if you're not going to say anything, I'm going to have to kick you out. Hi, I can hear you. You're unmuted, Rebuke Dylan's Name. You can hear you now. Rebuke Dylan's Name. Can you hear us? And can you turn down your YouTube, please? Otherwise, can you give us a feedback?
I'm hearing.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you, Joyce. So there was somebody called Rebuke Dylan's name.
Yeah.
Come back if you're serious. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, Joyce. We can hear you.
Hi.
Joyce.
Hiya.
Hi, Joyce.
Hello.
Hi, it's Heaven. I just wanted to ask you, because your mum defended you and your auntie, well, I'm going to say auntie, your mother's friend, and you pretty much had support from the get, right? Would you say that because you've had that, that kind of made you not internalize it and think that it was your fault? Or did you still feel some level of responsibility for what happened to you?
I think there might be a mad delay, you know.
That's okay.
It could be that.
The reason I was asking that is because I know that from...
Oh, this person.
Are you there, Joyce?
Can you hear us, Joyce? I gotta get some better hardware. I don't know what causes this.
Where the sage at? Where's the sage? Where the sage there? We need to start smudging up this.
Isn't it?
Please.
Can you hear us, Joyce? Are you connected? Dylan the villain is back. Okay.
Hi.
Right.
Oh Lord.
Hey sis, we can hear you. You're coming in and out.
Okay.
Just be patient.
Hi.
Yeah. Did you hear the question, Joyce?
Hi, Evan.
Hi, Joyce. First and foremost, I'm so proud of you for speaking your truth, and I can hear the conviction in your voice. You sound very, very, although I know that you've gone through it, you sound very solid within yourself. But many, many survivors internalize what happened to them because they are gaslit. A lot of the time, it comes out and nobody supports them, especially those closest to him.
I don't feel
but
like
with
that.
you,
I just feel like I was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay. And you don't feel like it was your fault, do you?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was saying that, do you feel like it, did you ever feel like it was your fault at any time? Hello?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now when you say, can you hear me? But I don't. Hi. 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 Hello? Hello. Hi.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, you're here. Yeah. So I was just saying, at any point, did you ever feel like it was your fault or your responsibility?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. At any point in time.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
I can hear me.
I can hear you. Sorry, I'm not laughing, but I'm laughing. I can hear you. It's just that I don't know if the connection's going.
I can hear you as well. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So what I was saying is most people who have been, everybody actually, anybody who's been supported by their mother or whoever, when initially it comes out what has happened, they usually feel supported. They reflect, they reject the abuse as their own. I just wanted to know firsthand from you, because obviously you're here as a live example of that person who has been supported by your mother. Did that lessen you taking on and internalizing what was done to you and making it about, like, taking that on as it was your fault, or taking
Heaven, can you hold a space for me, please? Someone's at my door.
Yeah, of course. Can you hear us still, Joyce?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm
All
listening.
right, cool.
I
All right,
don't
we'll
feel
just
like
wait.
that. I don't feel like that. I just feel like I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's
That's
how I
good.
feel. True.
I'm glad.
I still have to see the people. Them. We still have to see them. We see them every day. We still
You
have to walk
see
past.
you see them. I think
We see
Afua was saying someone's at her door. So
Okay.
if we just wait for her to come, I
Okay.
think she'd want to hear this. But you're so brave. That's all I got to say. You're so brave. Not many people, and there's so many. There's so many out. It's an epidemic.
Tell me
You're
about it.
so brave. You are just so wow. When I hear
Thank
you
you.
speak, you just don't sound like a victim because you're not. Yeah. And you're a mother as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're
I
a
got
great
sons.
example. Sons, a
I
boy
got
mum.
sons. Yeah, I got boys.
How many?
I got 2 boys.
Wow. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
So
You
for
know they're
you,
going to be strong men. You
tell
know
me
that.
about it because I'll tell you something. Because well, he wants hopefully by the time my kids get a bit older, he wants to be in his grave.
I bet they probably want to do it
He better
now,
make
to
sure
be
he's in his
fair.
grave before then.
Yeah.
So
You
you like
know?
come now, 'cause my sons don't play about.
Yeah.
So you got to be in his
Yes,
grave
I can
before
tell from a
then.
mother like you.
Yeah, he'll be at his door. He'll be at his door, mate. Not becoming in.
And he would deserve every bit of it. So,
Right. Only God knows, but when that door closed, only God knows who saw going in.
well, nobody saw.
Yeah, you see?
There were no witnesses.
Okay. There weren't no witnesses to what happened to me and him, so they're gonna be no witnesses when it
Right,
goes
there
out.
you go. There
Okay.
you go. When's your so you have to tell me your birthday. What's your star sign?
I'm a Leo.
Are you of course you are. The queen of the jungle.
Yep.
So there you go. Oh wow. That's what the good thing with that is, I'm gonna tell you now. You're a fire sign. So fire signs are really expressive, yeah. This is why you will actually heal a lot more than somebody, for instance, who was kind of like an earth sign who keeps a lot in. Because when you express yourself, people might call you crazy or wild or nuts or whatever. But the good thing is you're not going to get a disease because you've let it out of your system. You're not letting that penetrate inside of you. So when you're expressing yourself, whether you look mad, angry, whatever it is actually a good thing. So I feel like that's part of like a bit of what's helped you to heal as well, just being that expressive person, especially when you clocked what was happening to you and you was aware of it.
Yeah, I
You're
had a
kind
lot
of
of
like,
support,
what?
man. Yeah, I got a lot of support. Like I've got one of my aunties out there. I'm gonna big her up. Yeah, she was one who went back and told my family members. That was her
Yes.
who called it out. Yeah, it was her who
Yes.
went to the police. So
Yeah.
she saved his life. So yeah.
All right, because it would have been street justice, right? Otherwise.
Yeah, it probably would have. Only God knows. It could have went anywhere. It might not have even came out. You see what I'm saying to you?
Exactly. This is what I'm
Right.
saying to you.
Okay. So it could have
Yes,
went
Bless up,
anywhere.
F1's
guys.
back now.
Bless up. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
At the moment, had to get the
Okay.
door. Thanks,
You
sister.
good?
Demon Slayer Heaven.
Yeah.
The Demon Slayer from heaven. Thanks for
The
holding
demon slayer. Yes, because that's what I am. The narcissist slayer, demon slayer, all of that. I love it.
I see Sister Faye's jumped off. Thank you, sis. If you're not going to jump back on, because I'm going to wind up now. There's somebody called Team Afua for PM. I suspect it's a troll trying to play clever, but let's see.
Team Afua for PM.
Yeah.
I love that though.
Team Afua for PM, you're live. Unmute yourself, please, so that we can hear you if you're serious. No? Yes, maybe? It's probably just some fool that plays around every week with different names. They got time, I got a feeling like still. Let me unmute them. Oh, you're unmuted, Team Afua for PM. Who am I speaking to? Team Afua for PM, you're live.
Oh my God.
Oh, you're unmuted, Team Afua for PM.
What is that?
That's a person making noises.
Nah, that needs to go.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Get them out of here.
What is going? Do you know what? This is. Do you know?
That's
Can
the
I just say
same
this is?
That was the same person was before. What's his name?
You
Before
know,
That
you
was
know.
the same person. It was the same noise.
It
It's the
was.
same
Yeah.
person changing their
Yeah.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same person changing their name.
Yeah,
They're just
changing their
small.
Yes,
name.
it was.
Honestly, they do it every
It's like
week.
they're getting a hand and slapping against the phone.
Right.
Yeah, they ain't got no
And
sense.
this is what they do. Like I was saying, this is
It's
just
part of the
as we're
gaslighting.
witnessing,
It's
it's part of
part of
it.
everything else. Exactly that.
And you know, but we're still going to continue going on. Like you were saying, Joyce, that you just feel like you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, and that you still see these people. Yeah, you were saying.
We do. We saw them. I saw them on Monday.
Really?
Yeah,
That's the most corrosive.
We live on the same road as them.
What?
Yeah, we've always been living on the same road.
Oh wow. This is
Mum, we live on the same road as them.
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah, we've been living on the same road as them for years. We still have to go past them. We still have to walk past their house, but they just don't walk past us. And when they do go past our house and they see someone out there they know, they will stand outside and chat to them.
Oh.
Yeah, they're looking for our attention. That's what it is.
Oh.
So what they say? Pressure balls bust pipe.
Well, that's why it's so important for you to break that chain of silence, sis.
Yeah, we don't want to talk to them.
You know, because I know what you've been through. I know all of that.
Got nothing to say to them.
Nothing.
But
they will get theirs.
The only thing I can say to them is that only thing I can say to them, is regarding to this Afua show. If you see it, you reply to it, we'll reply back. We put our pictures. We haven't heard no reply from them. They've obviously must have heard that these pictures up there. Well, now you've heard me actually speak. You've heard my mum. You've heard my uncle. Now you can reply back. You can tell us. They can tell us how he bust court case. Yeah, how did he get at that one when they found semen? That's something they can let us know.
Right.
Yeah, that's something they can let us all know. And we don't want to hear it by you coming to us. You can air it out. You can come on to Afua, air it out like you went to the newspaper. You can do all that. So we won't be waiting for them. We don't want to hear them coming up to us or sending their message through to this one, through that one, like whispers, cat whispers. You can come back to Afua Rose like we did. You can reply back and reply back to it.
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely.
I'm going to give you the final word on that, my sister. I'm going to give you the final word on that, sis.
I don't want to hear that. No Chinese whispers where you're going to go and tell this one to come and pass back a message. No,
right.
You can buzz it yourself.
No, exactly. Back. Exonerate yourself, right?
Yeah, we've been waiting.
But then he won't. He can't exonerate himself.
Do you know what?
No, they could do anything.
He's going to. His silence is what speaks for itself right now.
There you go.
He has no more defenses, and I think that we need to really seal it up with that thought. Is that he has no more defenses? Oh God.
And I would urge anybody else that's been through this by this person, we're not going to call him a man. If anyone else has gone through this, don't be afraid, because your voice matters. And if go to somebody who you trust, maybe they can help you to write a statement. Go to the police station if you don't feel like you can do it yourself. You don't have to come on Afua's show. Don't feel like you have to do that. It's just about getting your voice out there so that you can heal, number one. And, let karma and the universe and God do the rest for you. But you got to speak. You got to speak.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. And we speak.
So I just wanted to say that to you. I'm proud of you. I'm going to love you and leave you in physical, but I'm not going to leave you in spirit because I'm rolling with you all the way. Yeah. Because what you're doing is like, this is real superhero shit. Yeah. They say superheroes dress up in masks and capes. No, they don't. These are the superheroes. The superheroes have put themselves on the limelight, and this limelight that they know that they're going to be shunned, called liar and all these other things, just because people don't want to face the dirty, dark secrets that aren't really secrets, because it's an epidemic all over the world.
And you have to remember as well that when that paedophile makes that unspoken contract with the child. It is a contract. It's a spiritual contract.
Yeah, it is.
The day you speak out, that contract is broken and they have no dominion
Broken.
over you again.
Broken. Like you mentioned, the egg yolk, that was powerful, Afua. That was powerful because that is exactly what it is. Once you speak with convictions, do you know any child who says no, like even like people that get to a point, you can be abused for years, but then you can get to a certain point when you finally say no. You know, when you say no to the
Yeah,
abuser, they never can touch you again after that. Do you know that? It's actually quite
absolutely.
insane because
Absolutely.
your compliance is what allows them to. But you see that day when you say no to them, they can't do it no more. Like
Because the power is not there. It's all
the
about
power's
the
not
power
there,
and the dominion for them. That's
right?
exactly what it is. And you've said no
You know,
today, Joyce. You've said no.
yeah.
You've said no. All of you
You
have.
said no, yeah,
Faye, Joyce, you've all come on and you said no. Thanks for
yeah.
that, sis. I'm going to wrap up.
Thank
Blessings. Wrap
you.
it up.
Have a
Thank
beautiful
you.
evening,
You
all
too.
of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweet.
Thank you, Fabe. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye.
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 Take care. Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yep. There's still some idiot backstage. I can't add anything to what Sister Heaven says. She always puts it so poignantly.
Well said.
Well said. And what I do know is I need you to hang on to all of what has been said tonight. I need you to hang on to the power that you've got right now, Joyce. It's all in your hands. Yeah. On other levels, I know we've spoken a lot. On every level, it's in your hands, my sister.
Can I say something, Afra? Yeah.
Yes.
You see, where it is, where we're saying that people should come forward. Don't be afraid to talk. You see, I've been listening to the news and some talks on the show on TV about women who get raped and all this. You see, when they go to the police station,
They get laughed at.
thank you. Yeah, it's
But you
like
know what it is, sis? I hear you. And that's
they're
some of the things
fighting
that
on their own.
some of the
So
things
anytime
are, it's because
anyone
they're
this has
fighting on their
happened,
own. That's
anything like this has happened, these people who've done this, the victim needs support and they need someone with them at all time, like
yeah.
family, someone to go with them to the station. They can't go to the station on their own because how they're being going to be dealt with in there is not going to be nice. Where they're going to be poked and this and that, swab and all that, it's not going to be nice. They need somebody with them to go to the station to report it, because they will feel that they're guilty of what happened to them. Put
Well,
it this
sis,
way.
when people contact us, depending on what they need, some people say they need that kind of support. Some people will say, you know, I've got that family, or I'm good to go on my own, or whatever it is. But that is definitely what we look at. We look at what kind of support they need. Do we need to meet
Yeah,
a safe space before they
yeah,
make those statements? There's lots to consider.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's
definitely.
very hard.
No one can face that alone. You know, if
No.
we have a sister come
No.
to tell us that she
One
wants to report, but she's got no one, we'll definitely be there with her.
Another thing I'm gonna say as well, it's kind of hard going out there to go and say, you know, because from my own experience, when you're fighting someone like that, who's going around, you ain't saying nothing, but you got someone who's going around, who knows fully what they've done, but going around and chatting bad. It's a hard fight. I'm gonna say that for myself.
It's a very hard
Because I've
fight.
had a lot of people come up to me, or they've said to me, "Oh, yeah, that girl's called that man for rape, and she sends man to prison for rape." Me, I'm gonna say it again. Why would I want to send jumping if all kind of men to flipping prison? Period. I'm
But
10.
people chat so much rubbish and they don't know the
I
details
don't
of the
know.
fact
It's
that you
only
were
what
10 years old.
I
You
was
know?
10.
They don't
I'm
know.
at 10, and I've been through. I've gone to certain places like, yeah, she says prison for rape. I come from a known family, so me, I just don't get it. But fighting someone like that is hard work, because you have to fight what they go and put into the energy,
Yeah.
and what also they're carrying into the energy.
Yeah.
It's been a hard road for me. I tell you that from now.
Yeah.
Growing up, yeah, I couldn't go certain places because this man's saying that or that girl's saying, yeah, she does that and she calls people for rape. It's been a hard journey, put it that way. So it's not easy going to the police station. It ain't easy coming out because people can turn it into something. People could say something, could turn it into something else. Do you get it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But that's
Like
why
him.
you're such a beacon, though, Joyce. That's why you are such a beacon, because safety is in numbers. And if you've got 25 Joyces saying the same thing, it's pretty hard for the police to ignore it.
It's pretty hard for the person to clear their name.
But it's pretty hard for the police to ignore it.
Yeah.
Your story is strengthened 100 times by each woman that comes and backs what you're saying, because it happened to her too. You get it?
But I'm not there. Hasn't been no what's come out. It's just only
There hasn't, because we haven't exposed it.
Yeah,
You have not broken the yoke until today. But
well,
today the yoke is broken, and I'm anticipating that we will get something in that net that we're going to cast wide. I'm anticipating it. Just got to get it out there, because this guy is guilty of a lot more than we know.
Yeah, he's guilty of a lot.
And let me tell you something: if somebody who was as powerful as Rat in the community can get toppled, who's Drumbelly? And I know
Drumbelly's a man who walks around with knife.
Like Rat's Obia. I don't think
Drumbelly's a man who walks around with weapon. That's why.
Whatever. Anyway, like you said, he's an old man, and we're not frightened for him. And that's what it is. We're not frightened for him. Sis, I'm going to continue this conversation with you offline as we do. As you as well, Mummy.
Yeah, okay.
Because we're going to come up with a game plan, to be fair. And as I said, I'll keep you in the loop. I'll let you know if there's any hits. Yeah. If anybody comes forward. I don't know if those people will want to talk publicly. And like Sister Heaven quite rightly said, you don't have to come through me. Go to the station anyway if that's what you want to do. You know, when we cast the Vincent Rat net, we had a whole heap of women that came to us that wanted that guidance, and there was a whole lot more that informed us that they'd already gone and done it on the back of the call out. So it is what it is. Just make sure that this person gets to justice. Doesn't matter that there's been a historical case that failed. That is all the more reason for you to come forward, you know, and don't let this man continue to do it, because it sounds as if he's still very active. Thank you so much, Faye. Thank you, Joyce.
Okay. Thank you.
Bless up here, and just big up your damn selves, because you really deserve it.
Thank you.
Big up yourselves. Yeah, you got it out. You did it in the end, Joyce. You got there, girl.
And thank you, Afua, for having us on there and getting it out there.
Yeah, man, you got there. No, thank yourself, honestly.
No, because Afua, I don't think if you didn't come on this platform, as you said, for calling that rap, we wouldn't have came out like that. You get it? We called it out. People know on the road. They still people to think we're liars, but yeah, it came out formally now. They've heard my mouth. It's been over the internet, so there's nothing else to say.
And we're going to be running. We're going to be running clips. We will be running clips on Instagram tomorrow, so it will go far and wide. I'll drop it into a few WhatsApp groups, and people need to wake up back to it again. I know it's 30 years ago, and he lays low, you know, thinks he's smart, but I'm sure that we are going to get something in that net. All right?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Maybe we could put it back in prison before he dies.
By the grace of God.
Amen.
And I'll chat to you guys in the week, okay?
Thank you.
Right. Okay, take care. Thank you.
Bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. The peculiar case of Drumbelly. Unbloody believable. Honestly, I'm so sick and tired of these filthy little nonsense. I'm so sick and tired of them. I'm sick and tired of them. And we will never get to the bottom of that barrel, you know. We will never get to the bottom of that barrel. But if we can even make a little dent in it and put things in motion that our sisters are supported, at least we've done something in this lifetime, you know. Horrendous. God just needs to come for his people. So there you have it, my brothers and sisters. We will be back on next week. I feel like I'm going to do one more members live and then one more actual live. I say actual live, wider live. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. So look out for the bulletins on Instagram. Go into the description if you want to donate. I've seen the super chats tonight. Big up to everybody that donated to super chat. I have started the pot to his time is up March 2024. It will be in October 2024, and I want it to be bigger and better and to include women from other cities, our sisters in other towns, But we need to raise money for that because we do need to promote and all the rest of it. So don't listen to these naysayers. I'm not thieving anyone's money. It's there for all to see if you want to see it. And yeah, I know I don't need to talk to the His Time Is Up family about it because we all know who the trolls are that say these heinous things. But yes, indeed. Blessed love for all those who have donated. Blessed love for all those that will be at His Time Is Up 2024. Because at that point, we will have been going with this movement for 4 years. So, you know, I like natural wastage. Let's see who falls off, who jumps on, who falls off. And let's see where we are in October 2024. I know all of the faithfuls. I already know you all by name. Bless you all. We are going to make a dent in 2024. I'm going to make sure of that. You know, they say with any movement or even any company, it takes a good 2 to 4 years to come to fruit because it's like a baby, isn't it? You have to kind of nurture it. You have to stand on your legs and fall down and bust your head and do all the things that toddlers do. It is no different with a movement. It is no different with a business, actually. So I feel like we are just coming into season. We're just going to be coming into season in 2024. I hate the lighting on this computer. I'm on my work laptop, but it's horrible. I should have stuck to my other laptop. I don't like it. I look sallow. I've just noticed myself. I'm so busy looking at everything else and looking at the comments. I've just thought, hold on a minute. Why do I look sick? It don't look good. Yeah, man. We will be knocking it in 2024. It's a very significant year. When the year turns, I will be revealing what we are going to be doing and what's going to be happening. And we've had a lot of setbacks, you know. There's been a lot of things that we wanted to achieve from very early on and all the way through, and we've not been able to do that. You know, it isn't that we don't want to keep our promises or anything like that. I am a bit of stubborn and a bit of a diehard. I don't want to go for funding. I don't want to go for funding because I don't want a bunch of Babylonian people telling me what time to shut up shop, what time to open up, how much of the cohort I can work with, what my KPIs are. I get lost with that. I do all that at work all day long. You pay me for it. In this movement, it needs to be of us and for us, man. And I'm not losing hope. And we've got some decent things happening. So look out for it. Look out for perhaps a members live during the week. Yeah, it will just be a nice little gentle members live, just me and a few people. And I might do a little coffee table thing and, you know, maybe reminisce on the year and you know, just get all nice and cozy and personal on that one. And then after that, we may do another one on Friday. If after that, we'll see what happens anyway. Check you on Instagram during the week, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'm going to be not in town during the week, so I don't know how much I'm going to be posting or not posting, but I'll definitely see you back at some point during the week, if not twice during the week. Have a great weekend. Keep yourself safe wherever you are. Love hard, okay? And make them love you even harder. Blessed love, people. I'll see you guys next week.